All right.
Are you ready?
Alrighty.
Quit messing with your hair. Make it. Hey, welcome to another episode of Chit Chats with Chris and Carlie.
Start us off.
All right, so we just figured it was relevant to have a conversation about finding your freedom outside. It's a motto that we came up with for Eternal Warriors, and of course that we live by and are passionate about. But in light of recent events in the world, countries north of us, there feels like a need to limit or restrict people from getting outside and enjoying the environment. I don't know. I think if we just kind of go off of that, kind of give our own opinion about how important it is to be outside. Of course, giving respect to, the concerns that are being voiced, but yeah.
Without getting into too much detail, I think we just wanted to highlight the importance of adventure and having fun and getting outside. It's amazing what some sunshine and some grass will do for your overall well-being and your happiness. And like Chris said, our motto is find your freedom outside. And I know we've spoken about this maybe a couple of times before, but it doesn't necessarily mean just outside in nature. It means outside of your daily routine, outside of your limiting beliefs, outside of the stories you tell yourself, outside of whatever limitations that you put on yourself. I think it's important to identify where in your life you're lacking freedom. We can get into that conversation a little bit later, but being able to really reconnect with what truly matters in life, I think that's where you truly find your freedom and your joy. So
yeah,
and it helps to get outside is what we're trying to say.
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to tie into. It's like getting outside is a vehicle to being able to get outside of your thoughts, your mindsets, your whatever it is, because outside brings you back to simplicity, back to nature, gets away from the daily chaos, the stress, and it's not as noisy. So, I do believe there's extreme value in just going for a hike and being alone with your thoughts or in good company, having conversation. And in light of world events right now that's being suppressed because of concerns of people starting fires or being irresponsible and all this. And I can understand that. There are definitely bad apples out there that don't do right, and they don't pay attention to what they're doing. They're complacent with throwing a cigarette out the door, out the window, or not putting a fire out completely, or whatever it is. That I can understand, but to tell people that they can't go hiking on a trail in the woods, especially even a paved trail or an improved trail, to go out and see nature and do things and to have that experience is, to me, quite frankly, it's crazy, it's ludicrous, and it's definitely not. It seems more like a knee-jerk reaction, honestly. I personally, I wouldn't follow it, and I'd probably have a couple $100,000 worth of fines based off of what they're stipulating. So.
Yeah, and that kind of ties into. I know Chris shared this. We weren't meant to live in cities. We weren't meant to be. We didn't evolve to be surrounded by, what's the word I'm looking for? Not concrete jungle?
Oh, concrete jungle.
Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Yeah, concrete jungle.
Buffering.
Buffering. We weren't meant to live in that 24/7. So when you sit in silence and you allow things to bubble up, when you're not distracted by all the chaos and the noise and family and work and X, Y, and Z, things start to come up. And again, that ties back into where you're lacking freedom, whether that's a trigger, whether that's something that you haven't worked through. It makes you reactive, and because it's in your subconscious, you're not aware sometimes that certain things are affecting your daily decisions. The way that you treat people or the actions that you take, or whatever it is. Being able to, and I guess it's called shadow work, right? Digging into the things that live in the shadow, that live in the darkness in your mind, bringing those things to light and actually being able to lean into those things with curiosity and with grace and work through whatever that is, whether it's trauma, whether it's, you know, stuff that happened in your childhood that you carried into your adulthood. When you sit in silence, those things come up and you can deal with them so that they don't control your everyday life. So another reason.
Yeah, well, and I think it's important to also highlight too that getting outside doesn't necessarily just have to be a hike. You can go whitewater rafting. You can
go sit on the beach.
Yeah, go sit on the beach.
Get tan.
Get tan. Do all these things. But it's a matter of it can be exciting and it can help you tap into your imagination, tap into creativity, tap into your youthful spirit. Remember what it is to laugh, to be playful. All these things that doesn't necessarily need to. It doesn't mean it has to be just to deal with trauma or sit with yourself. It's just breathing fresh air, getting active, feeling the sun on your skin, the medicinal aspects of getting vitamin D, the fresh air, and especially in the mountains, feeling the sea spray on your skin. You know, for crying out loud, go outside and play in the rain. Don't be afraid to get wet. Don't be afraid to get dirty. Don't be afraid to sweat. So, I was
gonna say, don't be afraid to do things that scare you.
Yeah, that too.
That
is a great point because it does. A lot of times, getting outside, you find things that can challenge you, and that's extremely important in life too. So,
yeah.
But long and short, we love what we do, and our passion is to find our freedom outside and help other people do it and work whatever comes their way, as well as to have a lot of fun.
Have a lot of fun because you're never going to be this young ever again. So what are you waiting for?
That's right.
I think that's another thing that kind of came up for me recently is a lot of us, including me, we're waiting on other people to give us permission to have fun or to start a business or to start, you know, whatever it is that you want to do. Why are you waiting? Like who out there is supposed to give you permission, right? It's nobody. It's just you. You're the only one. So, yeah.
All right. Stay tuned for more. Tune back into us for next week for another Chit Chats with Chris and Carlie. Until then, find your freedom outside.
Bye.
Bye.